Hello, my name is Tony Beers, and this is Movie Grades.
And just like the movies, we play out our last scene.
What do you see this movie as like far in grade and your pros and your cons?
My final thoughts is that it's a good movie, a really good movie. I wouldn't call it a great movie. Like I said, if this came out earlier, I probably would have liked it better. You know, when Marvel was doing their solo movies before the first Avengers, I would have liked this a lot more. One thing that I said earlier was that, you know, Marvel, you know, people look at this and say, okay, it's just another superhero movie, but Marvel knows how to take superhero movies and make them their own genre. Like I was saying, Guardians of the Galaxy is more sci-fi. Captain America is more an espionage spy movie.
Yeah.
You know, and now with Ant-Man, it's like a heist movie. You know, it's like something out of Ocean's 11 or something like that.
Yeah.
And I just love the way they do that. And with that, I lost my train of thought. My Thomas the Tank Engine has jumped the tracks. Anyway,
Just don't let him get enlarged.
so I mean, there's things.
Keep your eyes moving.
Yeah, there's things I don't like about it, but most of it is it's kind of minor things. I mean, but what else did I want to say about it? You know, what else can I say about it? I mean, that's about all I could say. And final grade. I think I'm giving it a solid B, and you know that doesn't mean that it's bad. And when I say solid B, that means it's a good B. It's not quite a B plus, but it's not a B minus at all. So it's right up there, and it's right up there with some of the better Marvel movies. It's better than some, like I said, Iron Man 3. So that's about all I can say about it. What do you say, RK?
Well, folks, Marvel's done it again. Just when you think, okay, now here's going to be a bomb, it's not a bomb at all.
Yeah.
No.
Everything was good in it. The only thing that I had wrong with it was the villain. He just wasn't
Thanks for
up there
bringing
for
up the villain.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's one of the things I didn't
That's
like.
one of the reasons why, you know, it's going to be a B minus. But it's not a bad B minus. It's definitely good. It's definitely Marvel Cinematic Movie. It's in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. MCU is what we're now calling it.
It's got its own title, MCU.
Yes. Acting's good. Everyone pulled it off way better than what I thought. Michael Douglas, you can say this is one of his best performances ever. And
Really?
I've seen a lot of his movies.
He's in a lot of good movies too. I mean, I kind of agree with you. I mean, this was a different role for him. And he was phenomenal.
Oh, yeah.
As Hank Pym.
Paul Rudd doing the work as Scott Lang and the screenwriter.
Yeah, he was in on it.
He knew what he's doing.
Paul Rudd impressed me because I might be wrong, but I believe this is the first time I've ever seen him in a leading role.
Yeah, he shared a lot of roles with people. You're
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, and this is also the first time I see him in a superhero, an action movie, and he pulls it off. The action, you know, you're thinking, okay, this guy is just some burglar, as he calls himself, that does this stuff, and he's like, well, what training does he have to be a superhero? And they proved me wrong, because it's like, even as a burglar, he's doing all this parkour stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
He's jumping around, and he opened up this safe by being
Smart.
brilliant. He's a brilliant
he's
guy.
a smart guy.
So he has what it takes to be a hero, you know. But I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, you're fine. You had the supporting actors all doing their job.
His three-man crew.
Three amigos, the Three Stooges.
Those guys were funny.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
especially the main one. You know, complained about his girl leaving him. Something else went on. Then his dad was deported.
His mom died.
His mom died.
And his dad deported. But I got the van.
I got the van. And it's like, of all the
And the
things
horn.
to be happy about.
Remember the horn, the
Yeah.
hot tamales? That was funny. So you said solid B minus.
Solid B minus.
like I'm gonna say, I like this movie a little bit more than you guys. Maybe I don't know. That's the second time I watched it, and I enjoyed it as much as the first time. I'd go see it again. The chances are it's probably gonna be out of theaters around here soon. But
Right.
I enjoyed the movie from start to finish. I mean, like I said, this is the second time I saw it, and it was just as good as the first time. I enjoyed watching it over again. And characters were great. Like I said, Paul Rudd, great job as Scott Lang. And I'm as impressed with him as you are, because I always know him in comedy movies and
Right.
not less serious roles, but he did a great job in this. It's almost like the Tom Hanks transformation they need went from being a comic actor
Right.
to the more serious role.
Right.
And if he did a good job in this. And then Michael Douglas, man, I gotta agree with you. This is one of the best roles he's been in. And he did a great job as Hank Pym. Because that was the one shocker that for me, because I wasn't expecting him to do much in this movie. I was like, oh, Michael Douglas, he can't be. But his demeanor was Hank Pym.
Mhm.
The quotes that he says was Hank Pym-ish.
Oh, yeah.
All that stuff. Everything he did was like Hank Pym from the comics that I remember, or from the cartoon series or whatever from Ant-Man.
And let's not forget Anthony Mackie too, come back in as Falcon.
That was great. He's done
I mean-
a good job as Falcon each time I've
Oh,
seen
yeah.
him. Another good thing that we didn't talk about was the speech that he gave Scott Lang.
Oh yeah.
And then he goes, "That's a great speech."
Yeah.
And it was. I mean,
It was, yeah.
it reminded me of the one movie where Idris Elba gave the big speech.
Pacific Rim.
Pacific Rim.
Yeah.
I was inspired. I was like, lean up in the seat a little bit more. I did
Yeah.
that
I
when I heard
noticed
that,
that.
speech from Hank Pym, and it did the same effect to me. And he was like, and then like Paul Rudd was like, that was a good speech, and I love his little one-liners in there because they were perfect, right,
Yeah.
right,
Yeah.
and
Where things didn't get too serious, he just
oh yeah,
threw
he
the
just
line.
threw it in there. The Love the Ants, CGI, great job. Like you said, Michael Douglas looking young, couldn't tell a difference.
Yeah.
They actually made Agent Carter look pretty good too,
Oh,
because
yeah.
she was older, and
Yeah.
she's a young actress still. Haley Atwell.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
and I know you have a thing for
Oh
her.
yeah.
And the guy that played Howard Stark, he was the Howard Stark that was in the Iron Man movies.
Yeah.
That when they showed the footage of him, it was the same guy. They just made him look older. So, and
I think he's been played by a few actors.
well, yeah, in a few different like in Captain America, it was a different guy.
Yeah.
But the Howard Stark that was in this one was the same Howard Stark that was in the Iron Mans.
Yeah.
So, that's another good thing that Marvel does. They keep the same people in,
Yeah.
and
Oh,
it
yeah.
just continues that. I mean, the same thing.
That makes it feel more like it's all in the same universe.
Oh, absolutely. And that being said, I loved everything so far in this movie. I mean, I wouldn't say it was a spectacular smash, say like the Avengers was, or something like that, because it's just hard to top a movie like the Avengers, either of them.
Oh yeah.
But this one, I'm with you guys. It holds up to all the other, to the Thors and the Iron Mans and the whatever solo movies that they've had, and I've given this a B plus. I mean I was almost A minus because I liked it that good, but I can see your aspect on it and it having a little lower grade because some of the things that there was some issues with it, but I just thought the story and I thought the story made up for all those other issues.
It did. It was still
And-
fun.
And it was a fun movie to watch, and I enjoyed it the second time as much as the first. And that being said, I'm going to give it a B plus. So,
And I would like to just add, I remembered what I was going to say when my train derailed. Is that it reminded me? It was like a cross between two really good properties, in that it was a cross between Batman Beyond and Honey I Shrunk the Kids.
yeah,
If you- if
it
you
kind
can
of was.
tell-
in a way.
Yeah.
If you can believe that, but like with Batman, with Honey and the Shrink the Kids, what's going on is he's shrinking just like in that movie, and in that movie they were writing an ant or no, they were on
Yeah,
a
they were
a
writing
bee-
an
a
ant.
bee-
They
a
were writing,
bee.
no, they were writing an
They're
ad.
right in there.
Anyway, it's been a while since I've seen that movie. So it's got a little bit of that, and what I mean by Batman Beyond is pretty much the same story. Is that Terry McGinnis steals a bat suit, just like Scott Lang stole the Ant-Man suit, and it's kind of like the old hero passing the torch to the new hero, and that's exactly what Batman Beyond is. And he's teaching him, he's speaking him to the suit and telling him what to do, and it's like this student mentor relationship that they have. and it was good, and you know he's a different Ant-Man from this Ant-Man, but it worked, and so I think we should say our goodbyes.
Yeah.
So this is
Okay, stud.
I'm Jason Case.
Toy Bears, and
We'll
we'll see
see
you
ya.
next time.
Toxic Pop has a new Facebook page. Like it to see pictures and keep informed about our upcoming events and videos. A link is in the description. Go to www.facebook.com/toxicpop1.